right, Stephen M. Smith of Touchdown Alabama joining us to talk Tide each and every week. Special edition here for your weekend to get you started with some fall camp starting next week. Looking at position battles, Stephen, I know that you've got your eye specifically on the defensive front. I think one of the undervalued changes in college football over the past 10 to 15 years has been defensive line play in regards to rotation. So basically, you used to line up 4 starters and go at it for 60 to 80 plays. But with the pace of the game and with coaches realizing in the last 15 years that it's better to have a player that's slightly worse on that defensive front, but fresh after playing the starter for a series or two and even shuttling them in on third down, that's the way to go. So the best defensive fronts in college football haven't just been the guys that had the top 2 or 3 players up there, but when you look at Alabama, Clemson, Ohio State, and a few others, it's those teams that have been able to gather 7 and 8 defensive linemen that they can trust, and that's what Alabama's looking to do here in the next few weeks.
And that's imperative for Alabama in this upcoming season due to the fact that I go back to the 2015 season for just a moment. That 2015 season in which Alabama had A'Shawn Robinson, Jaron Reed, DJ Petway, Denzel Duvall, Dalvin Tomlinson. These guys were the starters. And when those guys had to come out for a breather, when those guys had to take a play off, when those guys had to come to the sideline with their hands on their hips because they were tired, Nick Saban had no problem bringing in a fresh Jonathan Allen, a fresh Tim Williams, a fresh Ryan Anderson, a fresh Deshaun Hand, a fresh Daron Payne, a fresh Rashaan Evans, because he trusted those guys. The coaching staff trusted those guys. Their teammates trusted them, and they gave something for the coaching staff to trust, whether it was working hard every day in practice or during some tune-up games. Those guys came in, really played their hearts out, played well, put in significant minutes and contribution, and made plays. And that was the reason why, or one of the underlining reasons why, Alabama was able to defeat Clemson in the first meeting in the 2016 national title game, because Alabama had that 16 to 17 man front where 4 or 5 guys got tired and came out. You had 4 to 5 guys that came in that played well and provided no drop-off. This past national championship game, you saw less of that rotation, and whether it was because, Nick Saban wanted to see his seniors and Jonathan Allen, Tim Williams, Ryan Anderson, Reuben Foster play all the way through because they had worked so hard and wanted these guys to be even more of a catalyst behind the second national championship of the playoff era, or it could have been a situation where a lack of trust for the guys in the rotation, because you didn't see a lot of the Josh Frazier's, the Raekwon Davis's, the Terrell Lewis's. You didn't see a lot of that rotation. You didn't see 4 to 5 guys come out, 4 to 5 guys cleanly come in to pick up the slack, to give those guys a rest, and to come in, play hard, provide that impact, and seeing no drop-off take place on the field. And that's important because people are going to get tired. Deshaun Hand, Daron Payne, yes, they've played a lot of football. Yes, you can hang your hat on those 2 guys, but those guys are going to have moments where they're going to say, Nick, I'm tired, pull me out. Nick, I'm thirsty, pull me out. Nick, where's the water? Where's the Gatorade? My hands are on my hips. I played 8 or 9 different series. I'm ready to come out. Who is somebody that I can trust beyond a shadow of a doubt that when I come out, they can come in and they can make a play? I don't care how physical you are. I don't care about what your size is, what your 40 time is, or any of that. You can have all of that, but if your teammates don't trust you, if your coaching staff doesn't trust you, then here comes the psychological effect of, do you even trust yourself to go out there? Because the team doesn't feel like you can come in and relieve somebody, or the coaching staff doesn't feel like you can come in and relieve somebody, and that's where the psychological effect comes in with, how good am I really? How potentially impactful or significant am I really when the coaching staff or the players, my brothers around me, don't trust me to come in and make a play and provide big time minutes in a huge situation. So that defensive front, where a rotation is concerned, and having those guys to come in and play solid minutes is going to be the question. And guys in particular, your Johnny Dwight, your Josh Frazier's, your Raekwon Davis's, your Isaiah Buggs, Quentin Williams, Phil Mathis, LeBron Ray. Those guys this year have to come in and be able to play, especially in those tune-up games against Mercer and Colorado State and Fresno State. Those are the games they have to come in and say, Coach, I'm ready. Put me in the fire. I've been through the battle of the offseason. I've been through the battle of spring ball. I've been through the battle of running 110s and running all summer and lifting weights and power cleaning and listening to every word that's coming out of the mouth of Scott Cochran. I'm ready to come out here and make a big play on the field and be able to do some things to earn that trust. So defensive front,